neighborhood and also on behalf of my friends who would like to live in this neighborhood. I spoke about traffic issues, I spoke about affordability, but today I want to talk about my own personal experience with Shannon Mews. I live at 7050 Darrow Street, which is at the northernmost border of Shannon Mews. In fact, we actually share a wall. The house has been home to 3 generations of my family over the last 40 years. I would like to first off state that I oppose, again, the Shannon Mews redevelopment proposal as it stands now, because of the proposed high density and the height of these buildings being inappropriate for this area. The local area consists of a highly uniformed and well-maintained RS6 single-family home neighborhood. It is not a neighborhood in transition or in deterioration. So, as many speakers said before me, there are many underdeveloped sites that are adjacent to excellent public transit facilities or hubs, and these sites are most appropriate for high densification. I've tried waiting for the bus, the Granville 10, and on the way to work it took me 45 minutes to get down there because we were stopping at every single stop, and that's on a good day. So it's difficult for myself and my friends who live around the area to get into downtown to work unless we have a car. And if we want to also observe the green policy of the city and we want to encourage greenness in the city, we cannot unless we work closer by, but we can work close by. So I want to reiterate, given this development, we feel that the developer or the designer has not been sensitive enough to adjacent neighbors. The proposed development overlooks our property as though it's a public park, and if we look over, like, can you imagine 4 stories right next to, like, currently, I'll talk about the current development beside us. It's at least, sorry, I'm just finding my place. The proposed development will have a 50-foot high, 4-story building covered with floor-to-ceiling windows, large patios, and rooftop gardens located only 38 feet away from our lot line. I find it highly unusual that the project application allows for a minimum distance of at least 38 feet between new construction and our property, and yet allows for a minimum of 79 feet of horizontal separation between its own new buildings on the Shannon Mews site. It's a bit ridiculous. We're just one house, but we have neighbors across the street who are just as close and who will be just as likely to look up at these 4-story buildings that are not covered by the existing trees. Who's going to plant like a 100+ foot tree? Those things don't really, like, it's not exactly practical. All occupants from the proposed building will be staring into our backyard at least every single day of the year. The invasion of privacy and damage to our quality of living is to the extreme. And one might say that the current perimeter of trees offers a sensible form of privacy protection. But we have to remember that these are deciduous trees. Unless you decide to plant coniferous, those ones will take a little while to grow as well. Every winter, all you see is just the backyard of someone else's home. So we also feel that there's nothing green about this project. Existing townhouses can be used by the renters for some good time, and once again, as some speakers said, the rental costs are appropriate for the area. And these existing townhouses will last for quite a number of years if properly maintained. I mean, how often does a less than 40-year-old Vancouver house need to be totally demolished at the end of its useful life? The new proposed condominiums will hardly be affordable in terms of selling price as well as rental rates. And going back to transit issues, it's just going to be really difficult to go into downtown or wherever you want to go to work. And for all these reasons, we would like to request the council to reject the proposed high-density development as it is right now, and table it for further development at a later time. So thank you for considering these issues, and I hope that the Mayor and Council will refuse this proposed development application. Thank you for your time again. I know it's very late, so thank you for your...